These subcultures are now under increased scrutiny after Australian Brenton Tarrant made references to racist memes that appear on groups such as these before, and even during his alleged terrorist attacks in Christchurch, which killed 50 people. Researchers warn that alt-right groups are using mainstream social media such as Twitter and YouTube, as well as gaming, chat apps, Discord, Steam, and online message boards, 4chan, 8chan, Gab, to spread their hatred using images. I think Brenton Tarrant chose to turn himself into a meme. Theodore Maitu, a senior lecturer in digital studies at the University of Wollongong this week, the founder of 8chan, Frederick Brennan, expressed remorse over his creation, after Tarrant used the platform to post live streams of his alleged attacks along with several memes. Memes, units of culture that can be endlessly manipulated and repurposed, often appear on the internet as images with text captions. I think Tarrant chose to turn himself into a meme, said Theodore Maitu, a senior lecturer in digital studies at the University of Wollongong, referring to the spread and adaptation of his images. Dr. Maitu said mimetic warfare was emerging online, where large numbers of often anonymous people with unclear intentions create hyper-sardonic, but also dangerous content. A man wearing face paint to resemble Pepe the Frog ahead of a rally for President-elect Donald Trump in 2016. Credit The New York Times, the tools for meme generation have been radically democratized, he said. Anyone, with MS Paint only, is able to create their own propaganda messages. While users of message boards are anonymous, they are assumed to be predominantly young white men. Australian content such as the Aussie shitposter character collides with international hate symbols such as the cartoon Toad Groiper to create memes with multiple references and targets. The far-right groups have an arsenal of narratives, said University of Western Sydney researcher Kevin Dunn, co-author of a 10-year review of cyber racism in Australia. Loading Professor Dunn and his colleagues found that extremists use clever rhetoric to cast racism as a supposedly natural response to what they portray as inevitable conflict between racial groups. Using disturbingly creative techniques, they also appeal to younger converts using gaming platforms, and they rely heavily on humor. An international team of researchers last year published a paper analyzing extremist content across 160 million images from 2.6 billion posts on social media. Polarized communities within 4chan and Reddit have been working hard to create new memes and make them go viral, aiming to increase the visibility of their ideas, a phenomenon known as attention hacking, the study's authors found. Loading an anti-Semitic meme, an ugly caricature of a supposedly Jewish man rubbing his hands together, was the third most popular meme on 4chan's politically incorrect forum. Poll, a version of Pepe the Frog, an innocent cartoon character before it was turned into a hate symbol by the far right, was the second most popular. Memes about U.S. President Donald Trump abound, but his supporters are routinely pilloried by the far right as conservatives whose political agendas have been cuckolded by tamer elements. The president is disdainfully associated with boomer politics, not limited to the baby boomer generation but referring generally to older, more neoconservative views. In Australia, One Nation's Pauline Hanson has been labelled a boomer, in contrast to her disowned Senator Fraser Anning, who linked the Christchurch attacks to fears of Muslim immigration. Senator Fraser Anning. Credit Posters deemed too extreme for 4chan, referred to as edgelords, have migrated to its barely regulated offshoot 8chan. An 8chan forum devoted to Tarrant this week had the subheading, "When they start praying, I start spraying." Illustration, Matt Golding. Credit, the site's founder, Mr. Brennan, has regrets about the forum he left in December, especially after seeing the reaction to the Christchurch massacre. "It was very difficult in the days that followed to know that I had created that site," he told the Wall Street Journal. "I have no desire to ever be involved in the image board world again. A lot of these sites cause more misery than anything else. 8chan is meant to have one global rule: do not post anything illegal. But but laws against hate speech and racial discrimination in countries around the world would render reams of 8chan content illegal. Some New Zealand and Australian internet service providers blocked access to 8chan, which had frequent repostings of the shooter's video, as well as the far-right forum Kiwi Farms, which refused to hand over data about its members following a request from authorities. Dr. Maitu said any attempt to combat the problem by taking down platforms was a whack-a-mole battle, given that users can easily download programs to avoid the blocks.